Hey guys, what is up? I'm back. It's been a minute, but I did promise that I'm going to do episode 2, okay? So, from the last video I did of Golden Kamuy, the first episode, basically, we were straight up boxing with bears. I'm kidding, that happened at the end. But we had Tsukimoto, who is fulfilling the dying wish, or the last wish of his best friend from the war, to find the gold. And the only way to find that is these convicts who escaped jail and has a map printed on their body that once you get them all together, possibly may have to deal with taking off some skin, but that's for another day. And piecing this map together, you can find the treasure. So it's basically like a JoJo's Part 3 mixed with the One Piece. You gotta find the one. Well, in this case, you gotta find the gold, and then you sprinkle a little Gintama for the absurdness, and then you get Golden Kamuy. And then we have Aspria, who is an Ainu, a young Ainu girl who is planning on revenge to get back the gold that was wrongfully stolen from her deceased father and bringing back to her home and to her family. So with these two teaming up, I don't see how chaotic it could. It probably won't get that chaotic. It won't get that bad, right? Aside from the bear. Are we gonna get more bears in this series? Fighting more bears, possibly polar bears. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. But without further ado, let's get into Golden Kamuy. Finally, episode 2. What's that on the ground? I thought they were worms for a second. Wait, we eating squirrels? Not the squirrels. Mm. Okay. Oh. No, no pre, no pre, no por abo. Okay. Dang. Ooh. Look at how carved up his body is. Oh my god. What? Yeah. Cause what you doing? Leave her alone. Yeah, punch him in his throat. Ooh. Who's that following them? Who is you? Oh. Yeah, you gonna get trapped. I didn't know she but oh. They're gonna skin you alive, my guy. You just might. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. So how y'all gonna get the map? Oh, she's drawing it. What are you doing? Oh. 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 Who shot? They really don't want him to. Yo, you just shooting into the wild. Oh. He was the one in the opening. I could tell by the eyes. Oh no. Oh. Oh, he's a soldier too. Okay. Hold on, I thought Sugimoto was the strongest. What? Why you? I thought you. Mm. Oh, oh. Girl, you should have just let him just. Mm. Ah, not the eye, not the eyes. Oh, oh, not the head. Oh, oh, not he's dead. Oh, 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 that was the whole head. Yo, you heard that crunch? Well, y'all didn't hear. Oh, oh, not he dead. She didn't kill him. He didn't kill him. His whole neck cracked, bro. He's dead. He's a top. What? Yeah. Oh, my stomach turning. I'm not gonna lie. My stomach is kind of turning. I will not eat a fresh raw, a, fre- a fresh raw brain. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Oh, thank you. Mm. And I'm not trying to disrespect Ainu culture. It's just like just the fresh brain that low key did kind of throw me off. I'm not gonna hold you. It low key did kind of throw me off. He's alive. He's a bro. I heard the whole. No papero. No per. No. What? Like I like how y'all colonize their land and then want to call them savages or like a pet. Like cool, cool. Is that a rabbit? He's going to run away. Why did you leave this man? But he's gone. I told you. I don't know why y'all went to go. The rabbit could have gone somebody else. Oh, oh, oh no. Oh, oh, not into the freezing waters. No, get out. You're gonna get out. Where's your shade head? Yo, y'all gonna get. Yo, y'all will die out of hypothermia. Bro, you can't do what you doing. That's not gonna start a fire. Oh. Yo, jogging place, jogging place. Yo, jogging place. What? Why are you going back into the water? What? No. What you spitting out now? So this whole time you had a goddamn bullet in your mouth. Made him jump into the. how much stuff that he have in his mouth consistently like that? First he had a blade, now he had a bullet. Oh my. Oh. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Why is he in prison? No, I forgot the history of the Shinzigumi. Yeah. Yeah. He was one of the last of the lineup to still survive. Yeah. At least he didn't die. Okay, so we were introduced to three characters. One that made their cameo. The most famous of them all, Hishikata Toshizo, not Toshiro from Gintama. I know that's the one a lot of people are really familiarized, but that version of Hishikata is briefly based on the real life Hishikata Toshizo, who was the vice captain of the Shinsengumi, as we all know. And I, based on the history that I know a little bit of, I gotta refresh on what I know about the Shinsengumi. And also, this is kind of going into Toki and Rambu lore, kind of low-key. Hijikata, obviously, Demon Vice Captain. He was of that plateau that had Kondo and Okita. I believe he was one of the people that did survive. If you go back to Gintama and watch, they kind of gave you a close call to what actually happened to the real life Kondo during those times that he technically did die. Not in the same fashion where they were like aliens and all that stuff, but his head was chopped off in like a conflict. And Okita, if you watch also Gintama, hence I'm giving you kind of the lore. Not to say that they're probably in this, given the fact that Hishikata is the last one to survive out of the Shinsengumi, or the most popularized members of the Shinsengumi police force. Okita, if you know in Gintama, his sister had tuberculosis, right? Technically, it's supposed to be the other way around. Okita Soji, Okita Soji, he had tuberculosis and he died probably in his late 20s, if not early 30s. But yeah, the most popularized of the members of the Shinsengumi, Hishikata Toshizo, he was one of the members that lived longer than most of them. He was arrested. I forgot again, but I have to refresh my memories again. This was during the hey times when I used to watch Gintama, so I did do like a little research every now and again on the Shinsengumi. I think I did. Did I do a paper on them one time when I was in school? I think I did. Low key, I probably put a little portion of them in the paper. But anywho, it was just really nice to see. It was really nice to see. And then obviously with Hijikata now, you might think I'm really nerding out right now because I did not expect to see Golden Kamuy to have that character in here. He has his sword, which again, this is why I said Token Rambu, because Token Rambu takes these historical or folklore swords from Japanese mythology, culture, and all that stuff. And the sword that Hijikata, if you go, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm really geeking out right now because I'm like, I did not think. Okay, so I did review and reacted to partially Katsugenki Token Rambu. And one of the characters who is now the animator of sword from Hijikata Toshizo, remember he saw him running with the plateau, is what's the sword called again? Izumi no Kami Kanesada. Izumi no Kami Kanesada. That was his katana, his well-known katana. Obviously, if you watch Token Rambu, the humanoid version of his sword. Yes, and I believe he is one of the starter characters, or like the second wave of characters that you get in the game. They have over 100 characters, and then different styles of the characters and stuff. But Izuno Okami is one of the most popular characters from Token Rambu, and he was originally the sword that was carried by the famous but late Hijikata Toshizo. But that's just enough of me kind of nerding out a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be talking about the episode, and low-key, I was kind of excited about that. But anywho, so we got a little bit more history on the Ainu and technically their cuisine culture. I'm sorry, again, it's just I felt a little queasy about the brain part, that eating it raw. I felt like Sugimoto in that moment, but I felt a little bit more queasy. But you know, does anybody eat squirrel? If you eat squirrel, I'm not gonna go judging you. What does it taste like? Like, honestly, what does squirrel actually do taste like? Because they probably do have a much more healthier diet than most animals, you know, nuts, berries, that type of stuff. So probably they do taste good. I personally just wouldn't eat them, but probably they do taste good. And we clearly saw the biasness and bigotry towards Ainu in this episode where, you know, referring to Aspera as a pet. If you even vaguely know, the Ainu obviously were also natives to the now today's age Japan. So the current Japanese person of today is not a native. They're not. Ainu are. You still can find them in places like Okinawa and stuff like that, but they had to fight tooth and nail for rights that they already had. But that's a whole nother tangent speaking that I would have to discuss and get way more information on. I am not the best person, but if anybody knows this way more than me, again, drop it in the comments below. But we did end up seeing cameo of Toshiro, as well as Ogita, who is it sounds like he's voice acted by I forgot his name real quick. Same voice actor of 20 Years Virgin Lambo, Kaiba, Nanami Kento, rest in peace. Okay. He's doing Ogita, and then obviously the person that Sugimoto, I guess you can say they formed an alliance for now. Shirashi, one of the escaped convicts. And then we also had another, actually it was 4 characters, my bad, it was 4 characters. It was the guy that looks like he has a plate on his forehead. I don't remember what his name is. If you do, can you please drop it in the comments below? I forgot his name, that they named him real quick in the episode, but he looks creepy, kind of low-key creeps me out. But he's also the same as Abuto from Gintama. But he was in this episode, and he looks like he's going to be part of this whole grand mission that everybody's going to be taking part in, to go and his name is did they name his name in this episode? Did they? I don't think they did. Yeah, but the guy with the plate on his head, if they drop his name, do put it in the comment below. So he, obviously hearing about Sugimoto, obviously is 2 things can happen. It's either he's probably going to want to investigate Sugimoto as to why, like, you know, he left the army and all that stuff, or he may want to put Sugimoto into the ground also to get before he puts Sugimoto into the ground, get information about the whereabouts of these escaped prisoners and the maps, also to get the gold. So it's not obviously only Sugimoto, but so many people are in on this outside of the escaped convicts. It's also even the army and the police and people like Hichikata, who also escaped prison. So there probably are people that are like Hichikata who were part of a police force, but obviously they were condemned and then had to be set in prison. So they probably are in on this gold rush that's happening right now. But it was funny because it started off serious. You know, they're fighting and there's this guy, he's escaping. He's known as an escape convict, the greatest there is. And then 2 seconds before he and Sugimoto can die of hypothermia, somehow he had I really want to know. Again, do not take this out of context, but how much stuff can he hold in his mouth? Is he like a squirrel? Like, where is he hiding all of these things? And it makes you wonder, like, okay, so I can see how you escape prison, and I don't know how I feel about that. He doesn't look, yeah, I mean, they're all kind of harmful because he was a criminal, so he was in prison for a reason. But he looks like the funnier of a lot of characters that we may come across. But it was kind of funny to see like Sugimoto kind of low-key break character in a sense. And I'm expecting this to happen frequently in this series. Like 1 minute it's life or death, and then the next minute these characters are doing such weird things that it's just like it will break the immersion and have you going, but why? I'm here for it. Okay, I watch Gintama, I watch JoJo's Bizarre. I'm here for the bizarreness. I really am. That's why I got attracted to this series, because I'm here for it. I love these type of, like, it. You think it's one thing and then it shows you completely it's something completely different. All at the same time, still following a somewhat of a linear storyline. Okay, but yes, I did geek a little bit. Seeing, I don't get to see Shinsengumi often in a lot of series. You know, it's usually those that are like partially historical or full-on historical, but at one point they used to be really popular. I don't know if they still are, like, you know, shown in media and stuff like that, but it's always nice to see. It's always nice to see those individuals being portrayed in media and everything. But yeah, this episode, and I can expect for next episode. Obviously, we also know the person who was the head that tattooed all of these prisoners. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. Nopro Apo. Very dangerous individual, as they claim him as a man with no face. So even though all of these convicts got tattooed and were following by his word, at the same time, he is a man that, like, it's like he doesn't have a shadow, you know, a man of no face. So they don't know who to pinpoint to. And this is a guy that's also using a lot of these convicts because he knows where the goal's at. Again, I think I linked it to the first episode where he's like Goldie Roger, where he knows where the goal is. Now everybody go rush to go get it. But he's probably even worse than Roger, because it's like he will end up killing any of them to hoard the gold to himself. So I guess this is just like his sick way of seeing like how desperate can all of these individuals be, playing a mind puppeteer game. That's the way I'm feeling right now so far, based on what I've got from the first 2 episodes. But if you guys already watched Golden Kamuy, okay, even up to the final season, no spoilers, I don't want to be spoiled, but do tell me how you felt about the second episode. If you are rewatching Golden Kamuy, do tell me things that I probably may have missed from this episode, that I didn't take notes or mentioned before. If it's your first time, like myself, do tell me how you felt about this episode. Check out the links down below and leave a comment. I will always gladly read them. And I am Kimmy-chan. and I'll see you guys later. Bye.